Tiger's gonna get more.
Okay. This is the dodge strat. You know, we'll save it for later, and then we'll be able to win this game. And the Undying counter to or the Morphling counter to the Undying rather. The Tombstone has been very good.
True. Great hero to morph into.
Which team was it that did the morph first time? Was that Team Serenity?
I think it was.
Won both their game.
I feel like that. Yes, because it was LFY that kept picking it. Someone IG kept picking the Undying in the winter or in the first phase, like the first best 3 they had, and then Serenity won both games using the Morphling against it.
Another great pushing hero in the Visage. Some good early aggression. Relatively good laner depending on the matchup.
So this is like if they had a drow or something in this draft as well, they'd.
What position is this Visage? Mid?
Mid.
I guess mid, but
it's a hero Envy plays as well.
Yep.
I think Envy plays suits Envy a bit more than Abed, but I have seen Abed.
Is this your Envy Jakiro last pick? Like actually though.
I don't know about that.
You want Visage safe lane. The Visage just loses every single mid matchup game pretty much.
Right.
And Lina is a hero that will punish hard a favorable matchup. Yeah. You're gonna be 1 to 2 levels behind. You're gonna be doubled, tripled up on CS. Likely going down at some point.
We actually saw that matchup a couple days ago. Visage was level 5, Lina was level 7.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the solo kill started to happen.
It's brutal. You need a support help at some point, and we just Undying Enigma. These supports don't rotate. They're gonna just go to whichever lane they want to go to, camp their feet there. They can't gank. They don't have slows. They don't have stuns. I mean, Enigma kind of does, but not really a very strong one. So
yeah.
I feel you need a really hard carry in the mid lane for Abed.
Yeah. Against the Lina, I mean, the TA is always the most commonly played kind of pseudo counter pick.
I think that would fit their tempo pretty well too. I assume that'll be the ban for TNC. It's so common right now.
Doesn't Dragon Knight kind of fit the Fnatic tempo as well?
I like DK a lot too. One thing with TA, it's just kind of a bit too single target focused with your draft. It gives you like more of this like versatile tanky frontliner. You also don't have a great frontliner right now. Like Visage is not a hero that's going to be running in as tanky as your passive makes you, and with all the damage block, you're not really that frontline tank.
Same with Undying. He's beefy and he does always end up playing kind of in the front line, but he'll get blown up by Lina. Hook shot from Clock, a couple of battery assaults, and then the Laguna. The Laguna.
10 seconds remaining.
Underlord ban, that's like the kind of Visage counter, builds Crimson Guard, has damage
5
block.
seconds remaining.
I feel like you definitely want to have a Crimson Guard hero as your offlaner here to deal with the Visage. Omni is in the pool, that's a possibility. GA, and you can build Crimson. What KOX is like a lot of.
Pango also still in?
Pango sounds way better than Omni. Good idea. I don't know if KOX would play.
Yeah, that's the real question.
Kind of just go to your comfort picks. If I play a lot of the Visage and safe lane, and I feel like when you see a hero like an Omni in your lane, you feel really good about your lane. Like you have a Visage +1 support against an Omni, you're gonna free farm.
Pugna. Totally different.
That's very good wave clear though. Try and shove them back, kind of force them into a bad fight. Now you have a Tombstone versus Nether Ward, Battle of the Ages.
The thing is, like, one of the prerequisites of picking Pugna is that you make sure that the enemy team can't snipe your wards very easily. I'm looking at Eidolons, I'm looking at birds.
True.
That Pugna ward is going to die quite easily. I think they're looking to get a lot out of this laning stage.
I think generally too though, you also look to make sure they don't have like a lot of catch and a lot of stuns, so you can just like kind of appear, cast some spells, cast another spell, go for the suck as well, and they really don't have that many options that like fully committing.
It's the TA?
So they do leave it. That is interesting, because that does definitely seem like the clear one.
They ban Bristle instead, I believe, which is something Fnatic and Envy have run a bit of.
And pretty scary. It's a hero that can really punish Morphling. Heroes like Silencer.
They must have been expecting the Visage to go mid against Lina. Yeah, it makes no sense, I think, in the context of the Lina Visage matchup.
Well, Envy Visage will go to the safe lane. What do we think here, boys? I like the Fnatic draft, personally. I think they've got a pretty clear game plan. Universe Enigma fills me with confidence. And I like that set that DJ's rocking.
Going to go with Tiger on this one. I feel that it's going to be hard for Fnatic to keep getting Roshans. Simply because it's very easy to scout Roche. And you have Global to essentially walk in and take a fight whenever you want. And I don't know if they have a hero that could out-carry this Morph. So I like Tigers a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's tough. I feel like a lot of it for Tigers will depend on Zephyr on the Clockwork. Like, he can make some pretty big plays. Him and the Alina, like, making space for the Morphling and everything. But I'm going to have to go Fnatic. I feel like they're just going to execute it out here. Kind of one of these classic Fnatic-looking drafts.
All right, what are you thinking, Parker?
I will also go Fnatic. I base this mostly off of how strong their lane stage is. Their early game, their lane matchups look very good. TA versus Lina, favorable matchup. Enigma Windranger should crush the top lane, and then Visage Undying, you've got a strong enough lane there where this is like the kind of try and break even lane.
Yep, I think so. Just turning on our little auto spectate cam so we're nice and smooth. We are in good shape here. So another best of 3, boys and girls. This is again upper bracket. Winner of this one will be moving on to the next round to battle in our final best of 3 of the day to see who's going to the international, but no elimination. Make sure that's clear, Hesta Joe. Good luck next. They've still got a chance. See that in the GG of the last game?
Oh no.
Yeah, they tapped out. He said, "All right, good luck, future, and good luck going forward," or whatever. The kind of what you say when you get eliminated. Often.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Maybe he's saying like he wants them to win the next match and then they don't have to verse each other.
Oh,
so
yeah. It's just...
yeah, but yeah, it's only like, oh, we're out. Good luck, guys.
Yep.
We'll be cheering for you.
So we'll see. Definitely a lot of pressure on Fnatic this game. I'm excited to see the safe lane Visage because we have talked about it a bit, and I feel like we've almost exclusively seen it mid, and it's been a pretty brutal qualifier for Visage so far. Up top, DJ probably not going to be able to snipe that one, and down bottom, a little bit of pressure here as Pylai goes in, but Zephyr will pick it up, and Envy will cruise up to grab that other rune. Uh-oh. Who's actually going to win this battle? Pylai makes it out of the cogs, takes a lot of damage, but no first blood.
Envy actually skilled up Soul Assumption too. I guess he was swinging back in, thinking with all the damage being traded he could get a good Soul Assumption off, but he did not get any charges for it, so this feels like a kind of wasted skill point. You almost always want to get the Grave Chill level 1. It's way better for the attack speed, slow, and you can always get good last hits and harass with it, but won't completely ruin his laning stage. It's just a small little efficiency thing.
Yeah. Bounty runes were an even split.
Yep.
2 for 2. Does work out pretty even there. Windranger putting a lot of pressure onto the silencer.
It'll be a tough lane for TNC Tigers. Constantly seeing farm and experience tonight by the Eidolons. The right-click damage coming in from Windranger is really hard to deal with, and the Eidolons also give you extra denying potential, so the last hit battle up top is going to be, should be very Fnatic favored.
Looks like they're giving some XP priority to Universe. DJ kind of moving in and out of the lane. Checking in on mid. Looks pretty good for the TA. Yep. So far, at least. No big surprise.
It just gets better over time. Once you get more points in refraction and your Aquila, your bottle out. Bottom lane is interesting. We're seeing this decrypt spam coming out from KYXY. He's just looking to mess with the last hits often. He's screwed up a few of the Envy last hits, but they're not exactly getting good farm on the TNC side.
Not particularly, nor is the Fnatic side.
Correct.
Envy with 3 last hits, not the dream.
Yeah, 3 last hits on both Visage and Pugna. Battle of harass and poke and prod.
Well, they might have found Pylai here. The cogs proving quite potent. Zephyr draws the first blood. Envy will survive as he makes back to the tower, but battery assault just a little too much.
Yeah. I mean, theoretically, could have dived and perhaps killed Envy there, but it's not worth it because Envy's so low and health, he can't really come to lane, and Clockwork would have had to almost die for that kill, so... I think a lot of players there would have dived and gotten the kill on Envy, but not had the best laning situation following that kill.
Scary rune in the hands of a Clockwork, and invisibility.
Wow, yeah, that is potentially just going to lead to an immediate kill if it's not scouted out, and it was not. Fnatic had no ward at that rune. So once this lane pushes out, we could very well see Clockwork set up kill for Tigers.
Looks like top lane has been a fairly even farm fest all the while. Good positioning for Fnatic though, right under the tower. Hard for Zephyr to find the angle, though Pylai He walks up, there are the cogs, battery assault gets used. KYXY doing what damage he can on the outside, but they deny the cog and Pylai able to make it out. Stick plus Soul Rip, not an easy target to bring down.
Got 12 decay stacks as well, so he does survive through it all. And Clockwork seems happy just to go back to base. Kind of secures the lane well enough, knows that both Envy and Pylai have low health and low mana. So he feels like his job is somewhat done there.
Oh, beautiful shackle on 458.
Once this Eidolon, it's not worth dying for, my friend.
Close call. He knows his limits.
Jay wanted another right click, which would not have been enough damage.
Radiant are scanning.
Definitely a bit unnecessary, but like you say, he did know his limits. He wasn't really going to die there, but he also wasn't getting the Eidolon. At least not that final one.
Felt like a below expected value play. It worked out for him, but I don't know if that's going to be the outcome every time you go for that. This lane is brutal, though. Maybe part of the reason why he feels like he needs to go for every single last hit he can find like that. The deny is a little bit misleading on the Enigma because you can deny your Eidolons, but 18 and 11. Not a fun lane for this Morphling. Highlight die down bottom. I think he's good. No, maybe
Movement
not.
speed, heavy advantage, blockwork.
Boots.
Okay.
He does have stick charges, though, so...
Yeah, between that and the decay, clock doesn't feel it's worth it. And also, as we've seen a lot of these games, it's actually worth dying often. If you're like, if it's not first blood, that's already happened, and you're a 5 position, dying is the quickest way to get back to base with full health and full mana and TP out. So
yeah.
He's better off leaving him to live, walk back to base, and then now TP out to lane.
Reminiscent to that, like, suiciding to neutrals type logic. You buy out, you die to the neutrals, and then you just TP right back to lane. Obviously, dying is less ideal, but...
Yeah, you're giving the enemy something. It's the neutral denies, you're giving them 0, but it's kind of gone to that point where players have understood these scenarios where you don't mind dying.
And as we've learned, dying isn't necessarily indicative of winning the lane. That doesn't change the lane dynamics for more than just a wave or two. If you're winning anyway, you're still going to be able to dominate when you come back full HP. We will see DJ try to trade blows with 1437. The silencer does actually click it.
Bottom lane, there's a bit of a fight going on as well for bounty runes.
Hit a button on the mouse by accident. Now it's moving too slow. Sorry about that, guys. All right.
I can cycle through this.
I found the DPI button. We're good.
But yeah, both teams had little fights with bounty runes. In the end, it was 2 for 2 trade on bounty runes. And with all the fighting happens, it looks like most of the shrines are going to be used as well. 3 out of the 4 shrines get popped right away at the 5-minute.
Speaking of the amount of harassment that's come out, but still only 1 kill in 5.5 minutes. A relatively quiet laning phase.
Yep. Lena's done okay against the TA. 19 CS to 34. It's definitely one-sided, but I've seen this matchup go a lot worse. TA just with the 10 denies, significant, but not, like I said, as bad as it could be.
It's not overwhelming.
Yeah. Does get a bit harder now because TA has that kill potential, level 6 if she gets good rune. And Lena never really has good kill potential unless you can somehow break the refraction and then hit a stun combo.
Really a nice net worth advantage for Fnatic, at least at the top. Down bottom, looks like we'll see an exchange. Pylite die isolated by Zephyr and KYXY. Battery Assault, incredible in these kind of scenarios. They'll find a kill there, but all the while up top, the Morphling does get killed. So around the map, called an advantage for Fnatic, getting a kill on that position 1.
The death summary was just a Malefice into Shackle Shot into Power Shot. Comboed some of their nukes there to bring down the Morphling. And there we go. 4th round will be popped. DJ uses it for his lane, so both teams really prioritizing maximizing their early game laning stage farm. Using these shrines instantly is a big sign, like they know that there's not going to be any fights happening anytime soon. They just want to make sure they can stay in these lanes and not go back to base and give up farm last hits denies to the enemy.
Wonder what item build TA goes for this game. Looks like she'll go for power treads, but Deso first, Blink first, already has the Blightstone.
It'll be, like you say, those 2 items, I feel like the order is somewhat changeable. Then if you want to farm a bit faster, you go Deso first. If you feel like your team has some kill opportunities, you get the Blink Dagger is kind of the logic there.
Well, now Universe, the level 2 stun does not quite have the damage for the kill. Wow, that last auto attack is actually enough.
Yeah, even with the power shot from DJ missing, didn't matter in the end. Bottom lane, meanwhile, Zephyr has gone in, found Envy.
Who's found who? Looks like it is indeed the Clockwork that finds the advantage. Pylite die. Out of options, does have some stick charges, but no soul rip. It's a little more strength, and he will make it back under tower.
Envy's net worth is in a very bad place. This is the major downside of picking Visage. We talked about how I felt like it should go mid. Well, even in the safe lane, it's getting destroyed. This hero has the weakest laning stage probably of any hero that's like kind of a top meta pick right now.
Radiant's
Like
bottom
die,
tower
barely
is
survives
under
down
attack.
bottom. It's just so hard to get a good laning stage as Visage. Everyone's kind of
Radiant
learned that this hero
structures are
has a
fortified.
terrible early game and that wherever it goes, you should try and punt it.
Definitely what we're seeing right here is position
Dire's
4
middle tower
Visage,
is under attack.
Yeah.
based on the net worth breakdown at
bottom
least.
And he's
tower
bought
is
extra
under attack.
regen. Like he started with this Bassi, he bought like double, triple mango. He's used all these mangoes. He's bought extra Tangos as well. He's in a very poor state because of this, and now he's going to lose his tier 1 tower. KOX plays Pugna, gets the hit.
Radiant's bottom tower
So
has fallen.
both teams having very poor safe lane. But with that said, you'd much rather Visage be struggling to farm than a Morphling.
I think that's definitely true. Zephyr, he'll be okay.
Radiant's middle
drop some
tower
cogs
is
here.
under attack.
They have a lineup on Fnatic that can kind of play around this. You know, once you get level 6 on the Visage and at least get the birds out, I think you can set up plays and maybe start to recover this momentum.
Yep.
Can definitely do the same with the Morphling, but perhaps a little bit more difficult. He needs a little bit more than just level 6 before he really wants to join fights.
And that's where this bad stuff of Visage often doesn't matter. It's because kills will catch you up better than farming.
Well, Highlight Die initiated on again, but gets down the Tombstone. They kill Zephyr first, but
what a
Silencer
tackle.
doing a lot. DJ sets it up and makes it an easy 1 for 3. Perfectly done. Losing only the Undying. Fnatic will certainly take that trade. Ding 6 on the Visage, and they will reclaim the net worth favor.
Yeah, not often you see that level 1 Tombstone be so
Radiant
impactful,
are
but
scanning.
right there, that was
Again,
perfect
it's like
team fight around it.
the last hero Clockwork really wants to find in a situation like that, isolated in cogs, because he is the one hero that can tank a lot of it, and even if he dies, he's not so upset. Nice shackle again on the 1437. Says, hey, that's my rune, thank you. That'll be a 3-for-1 bounty exchange, favoring Fnatic again.
To be pretty happy about this. The lanes across the board seem in a pretty good place. The TA dominating the Lina matchup, Enigma dominating top, and now Visage after that fight suddenly is level 7, has the birds out, close to finishing off this home the Dominator. They are not going to feel like Envy's been shut down by any means.
Definitely looking okay. Universe, he's picked up home with the Dominator.
Yeah, they're getting double help, which is kind of interesting. Top lane we have
Dire's
Eidolons
middle
versus
tower is
Eidolons
under
as
attack.
Morphling using his ultimate to turn into Enigma. For gold, however. Yeah, so both Visage and Enigma are going to have a helm, it seems, which isn't the best, but also isn't the worst. It's such a good item on Visage, and Enigma also wanted it. Get it so early and get a lot of value out of this early creep. The Siege Wagon to push towers.
Yep. Yeah, I would agree. If you're 5-manning, obviously the auras don't stack and all that stuff, but if you're splitting up the map, it's sort of like having 2 mechs. Never ideal, but there are situations where it doesn't feel too bad.
And they're playing in different lanes, at least for now. Top lane smoked up. Here we go. They want to take a team fight. Global silence yet.
Nice hook shot, sets it up. Should be an easy LSA, but no, he holds it, and the shackle actually latches on too. Laguna will still finish off Universe. They'll go 1 for 2, getting that big kill on the Lina, and now Zephyr getting chased down by DJ. It's not quite enough. Nice use of the urn. Wind run forward. DJ still committed for this. Hit by the cogs. Power shot for the kill. But 1437 has done a lot of damage, and we'll find an extra +2 to boot. I believe that is a 2 for 3.
Some really nice jukes by Zephyr there at the end, punishing DJ's chase. It's a slightly Tiger's favored exchange. I'm surprised Fnatic got those 2 kills there. It was such a good shackle shot once again from DJ. The Lina did get the Laguna out, and it wasn't really just being held back. It was just the fact that she was getting chain stunned. The Malefice first,
True.
then the shackle shot. She couldn't get her spells off, and as a result, she was just stuck in this Midnight Pulse, takes some power shot as well, and you don't want In Your Dream dying there, and that's where that gank doesn't feel so good for Tigers, because the Lina, who's meant to be catching up there, gets picked off, and
Feels very much like another one of these momentum matchups. TA has the Blink Dagger now, accelerating towards the Desolator. Actually not that far off. You look at Lina, she's struggling to get the Yule Scepter. And that's a very scary mismatch between those two. Top lane, might see an opening onto Zephyr. Universe, the lag spike there. Drops the level 2 Malefice. There is a black hole. Always needs to be careful against the clockwork. Nice shackle from DJ. Point blank power shot will yield an easy kill. Now on the other side, set up onto the silencer. Envy using that Dark Troll summoner for the ensnare. Now on the other side in your dream, basically getting soloed by Abed and finished off by a soul assumption. Those are the kills we were talking about. A double for Envy and a huge sign of life for Fnatic over a 3K net worth lead.
They are steamrolling right now, and instantly back to the bottom lane. Envy realizes, you know, we don't want to give up a tier 2 this early on. It is getting blasted down, and they die anyways.
Black hole on the Morphling, very much worth it.
Yeah.
Easy kill, and now bottom lane, KYXY, he might get soloed by Envy. This is the ideal creep to have in this situation. Sets up for easy stone form stuns. Abed even comes in to help him finish it off, and it's a dead Pugna. 4K now as they get another.
When you're getting kills like in 3 different lanes across the span of a minute, things are looking really good because it shows you're just being efficient with your resources. You're not overcommitting like 4 or 5 heroes to one lane to get kills. They get, you know, 3 heroes get a kill mid, then they send Envy bottom. He helps set up a kill for the TA. They have 3 top killing the Morphling. Fnatic are winning all 3 lanes here in the mid game and finding kills wherever they go. This is this perfect play and great rotations coming out from these guys.
Keeping their composure despite being down, and now this net worth breakdown, it's actually the Morphling who is bottom of the cores, farming below the Wind Ranger even of the Radiant squad. 4-5-8 in big trouble. And he's got a Morbid Mask, he's got an Aquila.
He's level 7 too? Like, this is just suddenly level 11, TA's level 14.
Okay, hook shot onto Pylai Die, he gets blasted. Zephyr getting low, but no follow-up there as the courier flies overhead. It's a nice little pick-off, but again, the strategy of Fnatic. Pylai Die, ganks the tank, or tanks the gank, and the rest of the team just split pushes and survives. Now, maybe they even get a clockwork.
Battle for the bounty rune.
They want to come up here. No latch on the shackle. They get the bounty, but Zephyr dies for it. I don't know if that's worth it.
Probably okay.
It's pretty close,
Doesn't
yeah.
give much gold away, and the bounty rune is about 300 gold for the team,
I
maybe.
guess, but
Yeah,
okay.
you do get some XP for the kill, so.
Warplague's level 8. Right now, TA's level 14.
It's looking really ugly for Tigers. Once his TA gets Deso, like, we haven't even seen the TA get involved yet. TA's 1-0-1.
Yeah.
Her spike's about to come.
She just obliterates KYXY. 1437 dies to Envy in the bottom lane. And the Morphling just kind of flops over to DJ. It ends up being 3 down for nil. Another 1K net worth swing. The reign of dominance continues.
Yep. Universe has a mech already, so Helm plus mech. Greaves queued up so he can get out of the global silence. Be very useful for him. And yeah, Abed's Deso is on Courier, so they can go straight into Roshan now. They can just keep taking fights out of towers. They can really do whatever they want because Tigers are playing 4v5 effectively with how farm this Morph. Perhaps he can come to fight and morph into Undying to give them a tombstone. At that point, it becomes a little bit better.
Hook shot does connect onto Pylai Die again. Poor Undying getting picked on a bit, but will go down once more. TA jumps forward, caught by a Yule Scepter, but now some right clicks in. The power shot snipes in your dream. DJ, what a player.
Yeah. DJ has been amazing with laning, his harass. His one death, I would say, was a slight bit of overconfidence. He didn't need to die. He traded his life for a clockwork, but you rule that one away. He has played a perfect 4-position Wind Ranger. Really been instrumental this game for his team's success. He's the one setting up a lot of these kills in all 3 different lanes.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Morphling, you know, we saw him look so good in the Chinese qualifier, and so many of those games, it just speaks to what happens when you give this hero 10 minutes in the lane and when you give him absolutely nothing. There hasn't been a moment to breathe. Having trouble keeping his head above water, so to speak. When you put 2 heroes like Enigma in his lane, you're denying creeps constantly, you're putting pressure on, you have kill potential on him. He feels like a totally different hero when he gets a Linken's very early on compared to this, where you're farming with a Morbid Mask.
Yeah, I think both teams understood the weak lanes very well of their opponents. The Morphling on one side, the Visage on the other.
Yeah. In your dream, Global Silence might be enough to save the Lina. Also a decrep, but Envy's there with the Soul Assumption. Lina's the first casualty of the fight. Pugna will go down second. Now they're starting to split out. KYXY, or pardon me, 1437 and Zephyr both fall. The only hero still alive is the Morphling, and that's because he was not there. He's split pushing down bottom.
Dropping like flies. They may just Oh, let's see, do they go back for Roche? Do they go high ground? Abed's going to finish off Roshan by himself with actually the help of DJ and some urn charges, but the rest of the team are going for the tier 2 mid, so they can finish off Roche while pushing. Easy team fight, it feels like, for Fnatic. They don't even need Black Hole this game. I mean, they did use one for a solo kill on a Morph lane, but that's really all you're expecting out of a Black Hole hero there is perhaps you kill one hero. You don't need it to win team fights by any means whatsoever.
Now you've got this silencer on the other side, phase boots, but not a hell of a lot past that. Kind of on par with the Undying, but 114, that tombstone alone. Much shorter cooldown than Global, obviously. And it gives you that constant fighting pressure. You know Global's going to be down for another 60 seconds or so.
Abed almost one-shot the Morphling with his double damage, but he managed to morph some strength. A lot of circles saying go bottom. Both Clockwork and Silencer are circling bottom, drawing lines toward bottom. They want Morphling out of here. They're like, Morphling, why are you defending? Why are you back? Bottom lane is where you need to be farming, but it's perhaps too late for it because high ground's being sieged.
Yep, he's on his way. He's running. This is literally a 4v5 trying to hold this tower. Limited buybacks available as well. Tier 3 falling quickly. Now Lina uses the Yules, but 1437 Shackle is enough to set up the kill. No buyback there. Tower's gone down. Lina repelled to the well. Now the melee taking damage. There's no tier 2 in the mid, so they could grab 2 lanes here. The silencer's down, so remember, Black Hole still an option.
Back with a tombstone for the Dire side, but
hook shot from Zephyr does isolate the Enigma, gets Laguna, but makes it out of the cogs. The Morphling gets popped in the fray.
The Morph Tombstone isn't that strong because they have so many units and summons that can hit it. Ranged heroes like Enigma, Visage, Windranger, the Familiars we saw kill the Tomb. You've got Eidolons. The Stolen Tomb is just extra gold for Fnatic at this point.
Envy in pretty deep. He does not have the Aegis. That seems pretty healthy still. TA with 3k gold, thinking about a BKB.
It's too strong. They've got Mech, Greaves now with Pipe, Helm of the Dominator aura, even though it doesn't stack, just having one of those giving you that health regen and attack speed. Everybody is like just online, ready to go. Very straightforward Rax lane for Fnatic.
Universe in kind of an odd situation here, but I think it might work out for him. DJ also makes the rotation, but this Clockwork is hasted up, misses the power shot, and Zephyr will survive.
They go back in, haste will wear off, so without a hook shot, not really getting close.
Down for 10. Universe with the Blink Dagger queued up now, and the BKB purchase for Abed.
There's not much Tigers can do. The Morphling is just too far behind. It's got a Blade of Alacrity, Morbid Mass.
It's going to go for a Manta. Certainly not a game-changing item.
Yep.
No, it's a nice little farming tool, but
no obvious items that will help you at like a good price point this game.
Yeah, you want to think like, oh, shotgun, that could be cool, but so far away, unlikely he'll ever be able to farm it. You can't really go for like a Covery Midas. You could get like a Dragon Lance to try to stats up and build that way, but even that feels pretty underwhelming. You know, like a Diffusal. Also, you're right, there isn't really a magic item.
That's where
Time, that's the item.
Yeah, the Morphling being shut down mattered so much more than Visage being shut down in lane because Visage comes online with levels and cheap items, whereas Morphling needs big items and big farm.
Yep, so kind of two fights breaking out here. They are defending down bottom, or at least DJ's trying to, but it's a 2-on-1. Looks like he will live. Power shot. Now Abed and Envy just sieging on the high ground. Backside Universe catches Zephyr. They realize that there is some trickery afoot here with the Tigers spread outside of the base, but mid lane of Barracks, at least the melee, will get brought down. Abed stunned up. Follow-up not quite there, able to blink back with the refraction.
Yeah, DJ solo defense bottom lane while staying alive against a 2v1 gank, and his team, while that's going on, take a melee Rax mid.
It's like you said, if you're basically winning 2 skirmishes at once, yeah,
normally it's the case, you know, you get a kill on one side of the map and then your opponent's seeing that you go for that kill, get the kill elsewhere. Like Tigers in an ideal scenario, you know, they see them not going mid, they jump bottom, they get a kill and they threaten to push high ground, but they're just too far behind, don't have the items that they could even do it.
Just like how they took Roche. We got a tier 2 and Roche at the same time.
Ranger is incredibly farm, out farming the entire dire team in terms of individual net worth.
Oof. And that's DJ. He's gone all mobility tools for now, but Maelstrom going to be on the way, so he'll start to feel a little more like a carry. Remember that Aegis still in the hands of the TA, but it's just about to expire.
Seeing Highlight Ivil, just the casual Shadow Amulet, not even going for a Glimmer Cape. He's just invising around.
Just getting some value out of the old amulet. Okay.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
It's kind of cool. Lets him sit in the back line or the front line. Be in an interesting position for a fight to start like this. He gets stuffed in right away though. Tombstone comes out. There's the global. He gets finished off, but it's a double tombstone. Battle of the Tombstones as Black Hole gets used.
Block the hook shot.
That's so unfortunate for Zephyr. They will lose 2, and the good game gets called before the fight even finishes. Tiger's getting cleaned up.
Wow. It's like a Hail Mary type play there. There was no real way to win a fight at that point. They're too far behind.
Pretty far behind, but it hurts that like you catch the Undying. He still gets off his Tombstone before he goes down, so he's already kind of done his job in a way.
Yep.
And then as the fight continues, the one thing that maybe could have stopped that Black Hole, there's a little zombie there because of that play he was able to make. It's just completely counteracted at every turn. That game was all Fnatic, man.
They stomped it.